Today I have the keys to the 2020 Mercedes-Benz AMG S63. Huge shout out to Hendrick Mercedes-Benz of Northlake for providing this vehicle for me today. Definitely check out their website, that will be in the description. This model here is finished off in magnetite black metallic and it has an MSRP just over $161,000. We're going to start off today's review by going up underneath the hood, where you'll find the handcrafted 4-liter bi-turbo V8 engine. This is paired to the 9-speed AMG speed shift transmission. It produces 603 horsepower around 5,500 RPM and 664 pound-feet of torque as low as 1,500 RPM. This is all-wheel drive. It weighs in around 4,500 pounds. It'll do 0 to 60 in the mid 3-second range with a top speed of 186 miles an hour, and with a fuel capacity of 24.3 gallons, you can expect to see around 17 miles per gallon in the city and 26 out on the highway. This has a wheelbase of 124.6 inches. Its overall length is 208.5. It has a width of 74.8 and a height of 59 inches. With all those specifications out of the way, let's go ahead and jump into the exterior walk around on the S63. I'm going to start up front here with the multi-beam LED headlights. They have a really nice stack design to them, and then on the innermost side of the housing we have the turn signal that's split into 3 different bars. I think that's a very unique touch for this vehicle. As we make our way to the center grille here, you'll see it's finished off in a dark chrome finish on the surround. We have the horizontal slats right in the center, along with the AMG badge off and to the side. And then down below, there's a lot of cutouts to provide maximum cooling to this engine. You can see there's no mesh. It's replaced with horizontal slats, finished off in piano black, and you can see all the parking sensors that run throughout the front section of the bumper as well. And then as we make our way up to the top, you'll see the Mercedes-Benz badge right at the front section of the hood, and very nice lines that run down it. So it has a clean and elegant front end to it. But now as we make our way to the side profile, we'll start out with these 20-inch wheels. They have a 7 double spoke design to them. They measure 8.5 inches wide up front and 9 inches in the rear. They have a very nice finish to them, and they match this black paint very nicely. We have the body colored side mirrors with the integrated turn signal, and there's a camera underneath each one. We have more chrome trim on the lower section of the side skirts, as well as around the windows and on the door handles. It matches very well with these wheels. This has a full panoramic sunroof, and there's very nice and elegant lines running down the side. There's one just above the V8 bi-turbo badge, and it runs just up underneath the door handles and finishes off nicely with the rear quarter panel here. But now as we work our way to the back, this has LED taillights. We have a standard backup camera with all the parking sensors. You can see there's more chrome in the lower section of the bumper, and then on each side we have the AMG quad tip dual exhaust. Now it's time to go ahead and take a look at the interior on the S63. I have the vehicle locked. I'm just going to grab the door handle. You'll see the mirrors fold out and it will automatically unlock. Of course, you can use the door handle to lock the vehicle as well. But taking a look at this door panel now, you'll see black leather with gray stitching. We have a very nice trim piece kind of separating the upper section from the lower half here. We have all the seat memory adjustments along with the heated and ventilated seats. This has a 16-speaker Burmester audio sound system. You have all of your side window controls along with the power folding adjustments. Your lock and unlock are just on the inside of the release handle, and then down in the lower section of the door you have some storage space, and you can also open and close the rear trunk. Down on the door sill you can see AMG, and then as we make our way to the inside we have these beautiful black leather seats. We have the AMG badge right in the center and a very nice pattern running down the inserts. Good bolstering support to them as well. And now moving on to the steering wheel, you can see it's covered in solid and perforated leather. It has a flat bottom design to it, and it's squared off on both sides as well. It gives it a really cool look. We have the black stripe up on the center, really nice hand positioning on both sides. On the left side of the steering wheel, we have cruise control settings, and these top 2 dials here will control the digital gauge cluster. So right now you can see we have the tach right in the center, along with the gear indicator just underneath that. If I push on the home button, up top you will see we have a lot of adjustments to go through, and we can just swipe on this black dial here to go through what you'd like to see. So all the way on the left side we have serviced. There's driver assist that you can go into. If I go into performance, you can see the boost with your horsepower and your torque on the left side. We can look at your trip information. We can also pull up the navigation. You can go into your radio and media along with your phone. You can adjust the heads-up display, and there's some different designs you can go into for the gauge cluster. So it's on sport right now. We can change it to classic. You'll see your miles per hour on the left side with your fuel gauge, and then you have your tach and your engine temperature on the right side. And then we can go to progressive, which will change it just a little bit more. And then the controls on the right side of the steering wheel will control the center screen, which I'll show here soon. And then we also have the steering wheel mounted paddle shifters. They are finished off in aluminum and match very well with the steering wheel and all of the aluminum that's on it. And then looking at the left side of the steering wheel, we have the electronic parking brake along with all the headlight controls. We have the steering assist along with your lane keeping assist. You can turn on and off the parking sensors, adjust the heads-up display, and raise and lower the vehicle as this has an adaptive suspension. You'll also notice this has the interior ambient lighting package that runs throughout the entire front, gives it a very cool look. You also have one air vent above that. You can control it by using this dial here, just popping it out. You can adjust the fan speed. You'll see leather covers the entire dash. And now looking at the center 12.3-inch screen, just by using those buttons on the steering wheel, it's the same as you saw on the other side of the steering wheel. We can scroll through using that same dial with all of these settings that I already went through. So it's very nice that you have the option to do that on both screens. You can go into vehicle, which is not in the center gauge cluster, and you can look at your seats, your climate control. You have your dynamic select, which you can go into. We can go to track pace. So if you do want to take your S63 out on the track, you have your track race, your drag race, some telemetry, and other options that you'd go through if you'd like to. And then you have your assistance, your fuel consumption, lighting settings, and some other information. So it's very easy to go through. You can also use the center dial located down below to go through all this information, which is right here. We have a home button, a back button, and then some shortcuts to your navigation, your phone, your Bluetooth. Just underneath that, you'll see there are 4 air vents with a clock right in the center. Again, we have that same fan speed adjustment. There's a nice row of climate control buttons here that have a similar finish to the trim surrounding it on both sides. Gives it a very nice flowing design. You can adjust the temperature. You have the fan speed for driver and passenger, along with some other reset controls. Right in the middle here, we can easily open this up and it reveals 2 cup holders along with a 12 volt on the right side. You have a little bit of storage on the left side of that. And then just by pushing the front of it, that will easily close up. On the right side of those, we have the engine start stop feature. You have the different driving modes that you can put this vehicle in between slippery, individual, comfort, sport, and sport plus. We also have the manual mode that allows you to use the paddle shifters, and traction control is behind that. Over on the right side, we can change the tone of the exhaust. There's a couple different suspension settings. We have the power and volume for the radio, and then just by clicking on the camera button, we can look at the front-facing camera. You have another angle with the top-down view. We have the side mirrors on both sides, so you can get 4 different angles of that. And then we have 2 different angles for the rear view camera. You also have another pad here, which you can use with your finger. So if we go to the home setting, I can just swipe on it going left and right, so you can easily see what you're going into. So there's multiple ways to use that center screen, which is nice to see. As we take a look at the armrest now, you'll see the AMG badge with a nice embroidery right in the center. And then just by clicking on this button here, we can open this to the side. You have a lot of space, along with a wireless charging pad for your phone and 2 USB ports. So it provides you with a good amount of room. And then looking at the glove box, you have a lot of space for everything that needs to go there. So we'll go ahead and take one more look at these seats. And then up top, as I mentioned earlier, you have the full panoramic sunroof. You have all those controls up in the center, along with a sunglass holder. Moving to the back seats of the S63, there is a ton of space back here. I'm 5'10", and I can barely touch the front seat with this seat fully reclined. So you can easily get in a really nice, comfortable position and get chauffeured around if you'd like to in the back of your S63. Moving to the door panel here, you have a lot of controls for all the sunshades and even the upper sunroof here. So just by clicking on the one on the left, you can see that sunshade for the rear glass go all the way down. We have the same adjustment for the sunshade up top, and you can even roll them down for this window along with the window on the other side. So if you want to hide all the sun, or if you want to have all the sunlight come in, you have the options to do that, and you have very nice attention to detail and more of that ambient lighting. We have some pockets behind both front seats if you need a little bit more storage. And then right in the center, we do have a 2-prong outlet and a little bit of storage space along with 2 air vents. As we look at the middle seat here, we can go ahead and fold this entire thing down. It provides you with 2 cup holders. You have a wireless charging port for a phone and a little bit of storage space behind that. And there's even some hidden storage space right in the center here. So if you want to hide in any items in between the seats, you have the option to do that. You'll also see that these seats have memory seating adjustments, and they are heated and ventilated, which is a really nice feature to see in a back seat. We're gonna finish up now by taking a look at the rear trunk storage space. I'm just gonna push the button up underneath the Mercedes-Benz logo, and we can see a lot of storage space. While the back seats do not fold down, this gives you plenty of room for anything that you'd like to put in the back. And then up underneath, you do have some more hidden storage space, along with some extra tools. You'll also notice on the left side and the right side, there is a net for extra storage space. So there's definitely plenty of room for everything that you'd like to put back here. And then with the power trunk, I can just push on this button and it will automatically close. All right, so getting the S63 out on the road now. When I first got into this car, I was blown away with the interior. This is a very, very nice premium feeling interior. You have a lot of luxury features and everything is made of a very nice material. We have leather on the entire steering wheel with all this brushed aluminum, and it's pretty much on all of these switches that you see running throughout, along with the wood trim and even the nice finish on the speaker covers. So it is by far one of the nicest interiors for a sedan that I've been behind the wheel of. But just putting a couple miles on it so far, it's been a very smooth ride. We can toggle between sport mode, we have sport plus, and comfort. So in comfort mode right now, I have no issues. It's a very smooth and quiet ride as well. It's insulated on the inside, so you're not going to be hearing a lot of wind noise or tire noise, road noise, anything like that. So you can sit back, you can turn on your massaging seats, which is pushing on this button. Down on the lower left, you can toggle between driver and passenger and easily get that set up. We can go ahead and put it into Sport Plus, so we can kind of get the comfort and a little bit harsher suspension differences there. It's really not all that bad. I can feel the bumps. You can kind of hear it just a little bit more, but it's nice that you can toggle between Comfort and Sport Plus. This vehicle is really geared more towards being kind of a grand touring sedan, if you want to call it that. It's very quiet and comfortable. You could drive this every single day, but at the same time, you still get the AMG performance. So we can go ahead and put it into manual mode here, and from first gear, just give it a little bit of gas. Wow. Not doing anything crazy. You can feel the bumps, like I said, in sport mode, but it gets up to the speed just like that, and it's very quick in the shifts as well. You can instantly see that tack go up. So second gear. Wow. It kind of puts you back in your seat just a little bit, but at the same time, it's not very loud. From the outside, you can hear the exhaust a good bit. From the inside, it's very well insulated, like I said. And with it still in Sport Plus, coming around a right-hand turn, just going at normal speed, it feels very planted, and you're gonna have plenty of power to get out of the turns. It's really cool how you have track settings within that center infotainment screen. So if you wanted to, you could get this out on the track, you could take it out to the mountains and have a very versatile vehicle from being a great daily driver. Or if you want to get a little sporty with it, you can change some settings and take it out and have a ball. Now, the other thing with this vehicle too is that if you wanted to, you could be chauffeured around in this. Because you have a ton of room in the back seats there, you could have someone driving for you and just relax. You can put all the sunshades up and just enjoy being in the back seat. It's that comfortable. Let's go ahead and talk about the overall visibility now. Even with the sunshade up on that passenger side there, I can easily see over both shoulders. So even looking over my left side, I can see out of that back glass. And of course, you have all of the cameras to help you out as well. So parking lot situations and things like that, you could easily see. But going back to the layout of everything, I love how you have all of this technology, and at the same time, well, let's go ahead and pop it over into manual mode as we come up to a turn here. But it's very easy to go through all this information, and you have a lot of ways that you can go through it as well. Oh, the handling is so precise. I love how direct the steering is, and I love the shape of the steering wheel. It just gives you a really good grip, obviously, to take it around some of these turns here. If you're looking at the tach right now, we can actually scroll down and view the G-force meter. You can look at your boost, your horsepower, and torque. There's an AMG screen. You have your TPMS and some other vital information. Well, that's gonna wrap it up for my walk around review and test drive behind the wheel of the 2020 Mercedes-Benz AMG S63. Once again, huge shout out to Hendrick Mercedes-Benz of Northlake for providing this vehicle for me today. Definitely check out their website. If you enjoyed today's video, give it a huge thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.